All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a great weekend so far. Now, before we get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical setups. All right, with that, as you know, today is Sunday. We are initially going to go over the SPY, see where there's a little bit of resistance, some support, and all that great stuff. Then we are going to go over the three stocks that I did recommend from last Sunday's show and see how they performed. And then I will give you three stocks that I think are technically setting up real nicely going into tomorrow. All right, with that, let's check out the SPY. So guys, as you know, the SPY made that nice 52-week high back here on the 16th of February. And then since then, we've kind of just been chopping around, started going below this 10-day moving average, tested this 50-day moving average right here, bounced, right? And then we started selling off again. We did see a really nice recovery on Friday, so I'm really hopeful and expecting a nice little bounce, but we do have some key levels to watch for tomorrow. Okay, so again, we're bouncing off this 10 SMA. So for tomorrow, see if we can gap above that 10 SMA. If we can get above that 10 SMA, we're going to target this 20-day moving average or this midpoint Bollinger Band, which happen to be the same thing. And then I did put this trend line going back all the way from that high. If you look at it, guys, we've touched it 3 different times on this downtrending slope right here. Now, again, that so happens to correspond with this 20-day moving average as we could anticipate if we start moving out. So again, look for that to be a little bit of resistance once we start getting up to that point. If we start selling back, hitting that lower trend line right here, there's a good probability that we might, go down and retest these lows. Now, again, if we then gap lower tomorrow, expect us to obviously test down these lows of Thursday and Friday right down here. So again, watch how we gap tomorrow. I'm anticipating, since the Senate passed that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, I really do think we may see a little bit of a bounce, but still play the technicals. You're really important because a lot of people could have anticipated that package potentially have being passed and then selling into that into that news, which should happen on Tuesday, I think. So be very careful the next couple of days. See how we gap and play the technicals. Don't play the news, and see how the the market digests all that news is much more important than the news itself. Okay, how we digest the news is much more important. Okay, all right. With that, let's check out the 3 stocks that I did recommend from last week, and let's see how they performed. First one is going to be NET. All right, NET. So if you remember from last Sunday's show, I did say, watch what happens on Monday if we were to take out the high from Friday, which we did. Get long and then use obviously the low from Friday as you're out. So if you did get long on Friday, you saw the whole tech sector, the whole Nasdaq getting crushed on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and unfortunately, this was not immune to that sell-off. So if you got in, we got in at 74.30. That would have been the the takeout of Friday's high, but our out would have been the low down there. So you would have been out at $70.86, and luckily you did because it continued to go lower all the way down to that $60 level right down here. But we did take a $3.50 loss. Okay, that is NET. Second stock on the list that I did recommend from Sunday's show was ZG Zillow Group. So again, this one was another in that tech sector that I said get long if we can take out Friday's high. And if you did, again, it got up here. It bounced here at that 20 or that midpoint Bollinger Band. And then with the whole tech sector, it did sell off. But I did say get out if we start going below that Friday's low, which was 159. And if you did that, we did take an $11.50 loss on that one as well. So we got 2 losers on that one. Last stock, which did redeem that whole move of those 2 bad stocks that I did pick, was RKT Rocket. If you go back, I said get long above Friday's high, which happened to be $23.56. And then on Monday, we did take that out. We had that really nice recovery on Monday, and then Tuesday it just shot up to $43, guys. If you just took any piece of that, I hope no one got a little too greedy and held it. We did just, bust through this upper Bollinger Band, and we were in such an overbought situation. It was probably a good time to take some profits on that one. So if you got out any point of above 23.56 and did not get too greedy, you did make a lot of money in that pick. Okay, that is RKT. All right, guys, with that, let's go over the three stocks that I think are setting up real nicely going into tomorrow, and I'll let you know why I do like each one. First one's going to be AKAM. So this one is in that tech sector. I am looking for a nice rebound in this tech sector, guys, going into tomorrow. So this one would be setting up real nicely going into that. We are in this massive downtrend, but if you take a look what happened on the last 3 trading days, including Friday on that reversal, we did hold really nicely on Wednesday and Thursday. Could not get any lower from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So clearly there is going to be a lot of support right down here at $92.82. If you take a look at, we remember, guys, we had some really bad days in the tech sector on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Friday as well until we had that reversal. We did close above that 10-day moving average. So on this one, either try to buy this on a little bit of a pullback. Whatever you do, either you buy on a breakout above Friday's high right here, or on any small pullback right here, but you have to use the lows of 93 bucks. Let's call it that. Has to be your hard stop in Akamai. Okay, so get long and then use $93 as your stop out in Akamai. Next stock on the list that I think is looking really good is AGR. AGR right here. If you take a look at this, I know this looks like a really messy chart. I do like a few things on this. We're going to go on a little bit of the fundamentals on this one, then I'll show you and why I like the technicals. On this one, we did have a couple of nice upgrades on this one from Janney. They upgraded the stock, which was nice. Again, we did hold those really lows from Wednesday and Thursday on those bad market days on here. And then lastly, and most importantly, we did see a lot of insider buying in AGR in this name. We had the CEO buying a lot of shares, so that's always a very nice sign to see that, right? Insiders always buy for one reason and one reason only, because they do think this is going to go higher, right? So again, I wanted to show you the 513 EMA chart with a nice move above Friday's high. That 5 EMA will cross over that 13, so that is always a bullish indicator right there. And then lastly, let's check out that 9 SMA right here. We're very close to the 9 SMA, so any move above this right here is going to be really nice, above 46.35. That's going to make that confirmation of an uptrend that I think we'll see. So on this one, again, let's bring this on the 10, 50, and 200-day moving average chart. You want to get long above Friday's high right here, again, which happens to be at 46.25. Get long above 46.25, and then use Friday's out or low as your out, which happens to be 44.90. Above the high, and then use this as your out, the low. Okay, that is AGR. Last stock on the list that looks really good going into tomorrow is one that I've been patient wanting to get back into, is APHA or APHA. After that nice big huge move all the way up here, it did sell off. Now we're at levels that make sense. On Friday, we did touch this 50-day moving average. It did a really nice rally with the rest of the market. So again, if you want to get long on this one, try to see if we could get this on a pullback, guys, on this one. Either buy this on a breakout above Friday's high, which happens to be right here at $17.02. Let's call it $17. So if we can see a breakout above that, or if we do see a little bit of a pullback, maybe right back down into that 15.25, 15.50 area, I would say buy this one, but you have to use this 50-day moving average right here as your stop price. Any close below that 50-day moving average, I could see this going a lot lower, so be very careful. We'll find better trade location. So be very careful on this one. Buy it on a little bit of a pullback. This one's going to be a little bit tricky, or buy it on some strength after that first 30-minute time frame candle that we may see on Monday morning. Okay, very tricky. Remember, but you have to use whatever you do. If you get into this one, this is going to be more of a swing trade, longer term trade, but I do think it's still going to move nicely going into this week. But use this 50-day moving average or Friday's low as your stop price in APHA. So you're going to have to give this a little bit of room to run. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. My name is Eric. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, and I will get right back to you with any questions you may have on technical analysis. Again, my name is Eric. If you like the show, please go ahead and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, have a great remainder of this beautiful Sunday. We will see you on Wednesday with the 3 more picks. And then remember, guys, trade smart and be safe.